Alright guys, I'm back with another video here. As you can see, I'm in a far new location. Not the most ideal place for working on a car, but here we are. I got plenty of working room right here. I can even move the car back a little bit more. Today I'm gonna go over, I guess, I got some parts for a turbo kit. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. I wanted to do this since high school. I got this car a couple years ago with, it's always been the intention to turbo it. I want to learn how to tune. Let's see what the future holds for me. All the parts I have right now, I have it's a P28 auto. I need to convert it and chip it. I have a B emulator coming with a chip kit to tune it. I have an OBD1 to OBD0 jumper harness for the car. I'm keeping these stock. This is the stock engine harness, stock wiring harnesses to keep it simple. And then in that box right there should be my intercooler piping. Everyone I see online pretty much runs the intercooler piping down this hole over here or right through here behind, I guess right next to the radiator. That's what I think I'm going to do. The only problem with that is that the battery's in the way, and pretty much everyone, no matter how they route it, deletes that. And that's something that I'm not interested in doing. So I got a kit. It's not specific to EFs at all. I think it's definitely made for EGs, EKs, DC2s and stuff. But I'm gonna try to make it fit. I have a buddy who can TIG weld if I need to do any sort of modifications to it. So yeah, let's get started and see how this intercooler piping fits. Okay, so I got it open. This piece is the one that I was most worried about. Again, this is usually people run it like this. They have a DC, EG, EK out of the throttle body up there, and then straight down there, blow off valve here. Because if you run it this way, then the blow off valve hits the hood. Well, I'm not going to be running a blow-off valve. I'm not super concerned about that, and I think that's going to be perfect for me. It looks like I'm going to be able to snake it, barely push over the battery if that's possible, or route it right underneath that distributor right there. And that should be perfect for me to make a small little 90-degree right into, not a backdoor intercooler, but I got I don't know how big it is, 18 by 12 tall intercooler. So that I'm gonna cut a hole right here behind the bumper in the core support area, and then right here, and then hopefully I'll have just a 90 bend right out of the intercooler into the turbo. That'll be there. I got a bottom mount manifold. It should be super tight. It's one of those small ones with the wastegate on top. I have an internal gate, so I'm not worried about that hitting the hood. And that's why I got this guy right here, because I'm gonna be running my downpipe right, I guess, I don't know, right past everything right there. Done a lot of research on this, and I'm really hoping it pays off. I'm really hoping this works out. Well guys, as you can see, I think it's gonna be fine. I'm not sure why I can't find anyone who's done this before. I took the airbox out. It's sitting definitely all the way on the ground, all the way on in the tray, I guess. It's pushing against the distributor a little bit. I mean, not really. I can fit my finger in there. So it's definitely not going to be damaging that. The biggest problem is probably going to be the lower radiator hose. And it's not even touching though. So I don't know. And there's quite a bit of room to move this thing around, honestly. Especially if you just angle the battery out, you can see it's barely touching. I mean, right there it is. And I think that's gonna be fine, guys. Can't push the battery anymore to this side. It might be possible somehow. I'm not sure that I'm gonna try to modify that in any way. I think I'm just gonna run with it. There's a little part right down there, right in the center of the screen, that I think I'm going to be able to hit in and push the battery back even further, and that'll allow me to angle it a little more, and I probably won't even be pushing on the intercooler pipe at all. I can't push it any further this way, and yeah, I mean, the only problem is going to be that lower radiator hose. I'm not even going that way. I'm darting right into that cavern right there. Okay, as you can see, I got the front bumper off. Pretty easy on these cars. Some bolts holding some plastic on the bottom, 2 on each side, 2 right behind the fog lights. It comes off. I'm gonna have to remove this horn, I guess just horn relocate rather. And then this is pretty thin right here. I'm not really worried about the structural integrity either. I mean, people chop this whole entire piece out and they're fine. So it'll be good. I also have the stock beefy ass traction bar, if you want to call it that. So I'm not super worried about it. This is looking a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be. Knock on something. Yeah, I'm gonna get this horn out of the way, and then I'll let you guys know. I have a little saw. I was planning on just cutting aluminum with it if I needed to, but I'm gonna give it a rip on this guy. So yeah, looking good. Okay, camera's already about to die, but whatever. I cut this intercooler pipe in half. It's the one on the EG where it goes down under the frame, around and right here. Not something that's possible on an EF, by the way. I got this one. Could go right there, and it just needs a tiny little S. Something like this, but just much smaller. This one fits in there, and then almost mates up to it, honestly. If I could somehow add a piece in there or something. I just directed it right there. That'd be pretty sick. I guess that's why you get rid of the battery. That would be pretty easy. It would definitely just line up if I did that, but not gonna do that. So yeah, as you can see, that's not the prettiest hole ever. It's gonna be able to be cleaned up though. I'm not super worried about it. I'll just get a file and then I'll probably line it with just a piece of rubber, maybe some vacuum line, just to hide it and make sure it doesn't scuff up my pipe even more. Yeah, it's going pretty good. Intercooler is supposed to come tomorrow, so I'll be able to test that out. Okay, we're back. I think that's about all I'm gonna get done today. I definitely see why people get rid of the battery. It's in the stock location. I'm kind of tilting it. I'm not gonna be able to put the stock tie down back on, but we got this running. And then down here, we got just a pipe coming out. I think it's ready for just a 90 coming off of it. I'm not exactly sure what to do. Yeah, I don't know. We got a little bit more to figure out. I'm gonna get a 90 coupler on its way. I think that'll probably be good. Not the intercooler right there. Definitely give me some tips if y'all have done this and see what I'm doing. I know it's kind of, if you guys have done this before, please let me know what I'm doing wrong here. I mean, not that there's a right way to do it, but I want to keep my stock battery location. Couldn't find a piping kit to go through that John over there. I think this is going to be fine. I ordered an intercooler that should work. It's really small. It should just fit right in front of the radiator. For the cold side, it's going to be really easy to slide this guy in there like that, and then cut it to however long it needs to be. So I mean, the turbo inlet's going to be somewhere right there, and I'll just cut this to wherever the intercooler, it'll probably be like right there, and I'll just cut that and it'll be all good. Oh, just a small update. I wasn't going to record anything. I got at the new OBD1 distributor. You can kind of tell the flat part faces the front of the car, not the top of the car. Turns out it's actually like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch smaller than the OBD0 distributor, if that makes sense. So it sticks out like 1/4 inch less from the engine than the OBD0 one did. So I have a 1/4 inch more. So I've got that 1/4 inch for my charge pipe here, and it makes it fit almost perfect actually. I ordered my 90-degree coupler and it's coming today, and it should just go right there perfectly. I can move it up and down if I need to. If this ends up being too high for the intercooler, then I can just move it up and down. The battery isn't sitting at an angle anymore. I can probably get the factory tie down in there. As you can see, like there's a bunch of, I can move it, and like, yeah, it's touching the battery, but like it's not putting any pressure on it like it was before. Like before I had to push it out of the way like that in order to fit it, and now I don't. Now it's just, I mean, it's like barely touching, as you can see right there. And then it's barely touching the coil pack wires here. So yeah, I also got the jumper harnesses installed in my kind of mystery P28. It's an auto, and I got it like a year ago for $100 bucks. It was a really good deal. I guess it's not in there anymore. And it turned on immediately after I tried starting it up. I'll insert a video now. Okay. Yeah, it started. Probably end this video here. Next video will be mocking and mounting the actual intercooler when that comes. Yeah, thanks for watching.